Los Angeles was record crowds, record weather, record receipts, and record performances. Pierre de Coubertin would have loved it. But he was a sick man and stayed home reading letters from friends who had gone to Los Angeles. There, the high-riding International Olympic Committee met and confidently awarded the 1936 Games to Berlin. Within 6 months, Adolf Hitler took charge in Germany, and the map of the world began to come unstuck. Japan marched into Manchuria and out of the League of Nations. Italy swallowed Ethiopia. The Soviet Union loomed in the east. Greece and Austria were in turmoil.
It was literally through such troubled territory that the Olympic torch had to reach Berlin. At midnight on July the 21st, 1936, a runner left these ruins of the Temple of Hera at Olympia to start a relay of 3,000 runners, lighting one magnesium torch from another.
This sacred fire was carried night and day through 7 countries to reach the marble font in the new Olympia Stadium in Berlin. Hitler finds the International Olympic Committee members welcome trappings for his big scene, starring a peace-loving Führer who dotes on children. The old supporting cast is there. Goebbels, Goering, von Schirach. Nothing is visible of the seething political rivalry going on behind the scenes or of the violent altercations between the Nazis and the IOC which preceded these games in 1936. Nobody mentions the worldwide protests against holding the Olympics in a country whose leaders persecute Jews and despise blacks. Everything here is correct.
Verkünde die Spiele von Berlin zur Feier der 11. Olympiade neuer Zeitrechnung als eröffnet.
Hitler knows these pictures will travel around the world. Peace doves and swastikas flying together.
Deutschland.
Act 1 goes according to plan. Gerhard Steck of Germany wins the javelin. Marshal Goering contemplates another medal for the fatherland.
Corporal Schwarzmann, winner of the gymnastic combined exercises. The Führer promotes him to sergeant on the spot.
Hitler invites 2 German champions and a Finn to his box. IOC President de Bailly-Latour protests that this is against the rules. The 400-meter relay. Will the German women continue the success of the men? They're in the lead, and they keep it up. Coming into the last lap, the German team is well ahead, with the reliable Ilse Dörfeld waiting for the baton. She's got it now. No, she's dropped it. The Americans win. Germany disqualified.
From then on, things didn't go quite the way the Führer had planned.
Marshal Wayne of the USA takes the men's high dive gold medal. And 13-year-old Marjorie Gestring of the USA, youngest Olympian of them all, leads a clean sweep in the springboard bout. Dorothy Pinton-Hill of the USA takes the women's gold. But there's more to come. Never before had a black athlete won the men's 400-meter race. Now, here in front of the masters of the master race, America's Archie Williams forges into the lead and holds it. The long jump with 23-year-old Jesse Owens at the top of his form. And this is just the beginning. The superbly trained American athlete strides easily to the fore in the men's 200 meters, a new Olympic record. And Owens matches the Olympic record in the 100 meters with a swiftness and elegance which makes him the darling of the huge crowd. Jesse Owens won his 4th gold as a member of the U.S. relay team. The German chancellor was not on hand to congratulate him. In one sense, the Berlin Games were a triumph for Adolf Hitler. But in another sense, it was a public humiliation for the man who had banished blacks to the bottom of the human scale, only to watch them demonstrate their superiority.
But the real victory in 1936 belonged to the man who wasn't there, Pierre de Coubertin.
The most important thing in the Olympic Games is not to win, but to take part. Just as the most important thing in life is not the triumph, but the struggle. The essential thing is not to have conquered, but to have fought well.
Ill, impoverished, disheartened, he'd stayed away from Berlin. Less than a year later, he died at the ripe age of 74. They buried his body in Switzerland. They brought his heart here to Olympia, where it had always belonged.
But the Olympic Games, thanks to Pierre de Coubertin, now belonged to the youth of the world.